Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well today. So woke up this afternoon, discovered that Gwen's abilities have been released. So as always, we have to do a generic rundown video for any new champion, rework, or new news that Riot has released. So from the cinematic lore-wise, I believe that Gwen is possessed by, she's a doll that's possessed by the soul of Viego's wife. So lore-wise, we are getting basically another Shadow Isles champion that is related to another champion that we have almost directly. So lore-wise, that covers that. So without any further ado, let's just jump into her basic abilities. So her passive 1000 cuts, Gwen's basic attacks deal bonus on hit magic damage based on a percentage of her health. Basic attacks against champions will heal her for some of the damage dealt. So right away, getting a Warwick impression here, as well as the old passive on Wit's End, which needs to come back, in my opinion, for a different video. So the interesting thing here is that the on-hit magic damage is based on a percentage of her health. Now, I don't know if it's the case where she deals more damage based off of how much more health she has, or if she has 50% health, she'll deal more damage than if she has 75% health, making her the lower health she gets, the more powerful she essentially becomes. Now, the other interesting thing about that is usually this stat is flipped around based off of the enemy champion's current health or their maximum health. Two examples of that would be current health, Blade of the Ruined King, maximum health, Leandri's Torment, and Demonic Embrace in those situations. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Again, first impression just from passive alone would be akin to Warwick, a basic attacker who has 80 scaling in their kit, which we don't know what the scaling is yet, but that 80 scaling synergizes with magic damage on hit. So it looks like we have a hybrid auto attack style champion in the works. So her Q, snip snip, Gwen rapidly snips her scissors between 2 and 6 times, dealing magic damage in a cone. At a minimum, Gwen will snip twice, adding 1 snip per basic attack Gwen has landed on an enemy, up to 4 for a total of 6. Enemies in the center of each snip take true damage, as well as bonus magic damage from 1000 cuts. I imagine she's going to be, based off of this, a auto attack style champion who also builds a ton of haste, because there's no way Riot is going to let this sit on like even a 10-second cooldown early game. Like, if this is a top lane skirmisher, 6 instances of, like, you auto 6 or 4 additional times, press Q, and then get 6 instances of... That is 10 instances of damage from a laner. That's... Again, we're going to have to see the scalings, but that's, like, level 1. She's going to have a better level 1 than Riven, potentially. That's really... As a top laner, I'm excited, but I'm also very scared, so... Flipping over to her W, Hallowed Mist. Gwen spins up the Hallowed Mist to surround her for 5 seconds, gaining some armor magic resist, so a little bit of Poppy in there. When in it, enemies outside the mist cannot target Gwen or hit... Enemies outside the mist cannot target Gwen or hit her with any abilities. Cannot target Gwen or hit her with any abilities. Why, Riot? Why? Why do we have to keep getting this AoE Yasuo? I mean, you experimented with Xin Zhao, which it wasn't too bad, but now it's on a basic ability? I mean, come on. First Yasuo, then Samira, now this. This is all abilities. All abilities. Come on. Come on, Riot. The Mist will follow... The Mist will move to follow Gwen the first time she tries to leave it, but will dissipate the next time. You know what? I don't care if it dissipates. Like, all you have to do is... This is the best version of Sivir's old spell shield, when you could time it right and block multiple... This is... Like, why? Why, Riot? Why do you have to keep doing these things? Okay, I'm gonna stop complaining. Alright, flipping over to her E, which I'm sure is some more broken BS. Skip and slash. Gwen dashes a short distance and empowers her. Auto attacks. Please, Riot. Auto attacks. Not attacks. Auto attacks. With increased range. speed, I'm assuming attack speed, and on-hit magic damage for 4 seconds. Attacking an enemy during this time refunds 50% of the ability's cooldown. So what do you max first then, E or Q? I mean, tagging an enemy during this time refunds 50% of the ability's cooldown. So, I mean, obviously your basic engage ability as well as the on-hit magic damage, obviously synergizing with what I said with her passive. Gonna build AD and haste and attack speed, but has magic damage on hit similar to Warwick. So I'm getting, like I said, very similar, like auto attack based with supplementary abilities is very similar to Warwick in those regards. And then her ultimate needlework, Gwen can cast needlework up to 3 times, but needs to hit an enemy within 8 seconds to unlock each subsequent cast. Each cast fires needles in a line that deal magic damage, slow enemies, and apply Gwen's 1,000 cuts bonus magic damage. What? So an ability applies an on-hit from a basic attack? Okay. That's a lot of damage. Each cast fires needles in a line that deal magic damage, slow enemies, and apply Gwen's 1,000 cuts bonus magic damage. The first cast will fire 1 needle, the second will fire 3, the final cast will fire 5, for a total of 9 needles and 9 applications of 1,000 cuts. So let's just do some math here. So potentially speaking, we have 9 instances of damage. We then have another one. Well, this increases attack speed. So we have 9, 1, blocks every ability in the game. And then we have 4 auto attacks plus her Q 6 times. So her total kit has a potential to burst down for 14 instances of damage in, it looks like, under 5 seconds. So I'm very curious to see if she has any animation cancels or input buffers to do that. But, like, again, Warwick vibes, but I don't know what to think right now. Like, they said it was a top lane skirmisher. This feels more like a top lane, like, I don't even know how to describe this champion, to be honest with you. In terms of damage, it's just like, it's like, I get this is a skill shot, but she's a melee champion. That's almost, that's Vel'Koz range, if not, like, Xerath Q. Almost Xerath Q. So, I have a feeling this champion is going to be broken on release. Like, definitely pick her ban right away. Obviously, there's going to be a skill ceiling on her to learn how to play her, but all of that damage, like, this just feels like she feels like she's going to be broken on release. So, again, mechanically going to have to see animation cancels and input buffers to see how fast she's going to be able to get these instances of damage off. But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot in her kit that's going to make her relevant at all points of the game. So, anyway, guys, there's my 2 cents for you. Hope you guys all enjoyed. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we will see each other again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.